Hey classmates! This is our final video journal and assignment for our substance abuse counseling class at AP Tech. Woo! It's been an extremely informative experience, and I'm grateful for everybody's participation and insight throughout this journey. I want to give a special thank you very much to our Professor Dubert for designing a cohesive and intriguing, informative, and very challenging course that allowed us to learn through a variety of unique and interesting assignments. I've appreciated the range of assignments to meet our different learning styles and creating a more like hands-on learning style feeling within this like online course dynamic. The substance abuse counseling course has taught me a great deal, starting way back when, from the beginning of the course, when we learned about the overall profession, the importance of terminology, and the societal costs of substance use, as well as the associated diseases to using. We spent time learning about the ethical and legal concerns in substance use disorder counseling. That entailed everything from educational training of counselors to insurance and HIPAA restrictions, confidentiality regulations, and ethical dilemmas such as dual relationships or clients engaging in criminal activity, the ethical code of conflicts and laws. I really loved when we worked in the small groups to create a PowerPoint presentation to better understand each of the major substances and their effects on the brain and body. It was really interesting to read each group's take from the reading from the textbook on their topic and work together to write a cohesive, informative PowerPoint. Ours was on club drugs, and it was really neat, working with the group to kind of see how we could all fit in to fulfill the assignment. We read about the 5 theories on why people use and a more integrated approach, which I currently drive with and practice with my nonprofit Harmonia. I feel the integrated approach shines light on all the theories. People are dynamic, and their substance use tends to derive from a multitude of factors versus just one. And I feel like as substance use disorders are so much more complex than any one theory can really explain. Once we lay down that foundation for understanding why people use and the effects of using has on them, we were able to learn techniques for assessing the client and properly diagnose and understand dual diagnosis, so we may be able to create treatment planning. I learned how to begin initial assessment and assess behavioral symptoms, the behavioral characteristics associated through the 3 phases, plus social and family characteristics related to symptoms. The large variety of screening and assessment tools were extremely useful, and I feel will help me tremendously in the field, as having a variety of resources is so crucial. There's not really like a one fix, to substance use disorder. The biggest attribute was understanding that we all have an arsenal of tools that can be played out into a treatment plan that's fitting for the client. The treatment plan helps measure progress and evolves with the client's needs, as there's a lot of treatment options out there, and a combination of both individual treatments and group counseling can be very effective. And the treatment doesn't just stop with the client. More often, the family of the addict needs coping tools, as well as resources and education on boundaries in order to properly support the addict during the recovery. Children especially need counseling, as they will attempt to fit a role that can be really detrimental to their growth. Healing the whole family is a very effective way to assist in maintaining sobriety. And retaining sobriety, that's the key term, right? That's what the client is typically striving for when reaching out for substance use counseling or for help. But though not all model values state that you must remain completely sober, but the goal is definitely not to be in a dark place due to the use of your drug of choice. So being aware of intervention and prevention is very important for the counselor to understand. Understanding the disease model, the developmental model, and the cognitive behavioral social learning model to better formulate prevention strategies and long-term treatment goals. I work in a harm reduction field, and a week ago attended the North Carolina Harm Reduction Conference held in Waynesville, and I heard a lot of information that was really informative, that works just in tangent with the information that we were being taught and learning through the text and through this class, which is really exciting and felt really great to kind of see it in the field with other professionals. I feel strongly that I have a better understanding that addiction risks vary based on your demographic, ethnicity, age, experience, and when I work with a client, risk factors, prevention, intervention factors, as well as barriers to treatment all need to be understood and considered, as that's going to have a big effect on how effective you can be with your client. When I enrolled in this course, behavioral addiction was not even in my train of thought when referencing addiction, substance use, counseling. Substance use, right? I was thinking about substances, but behavioral addictions are so very real. And I mean, I've even experienced loved ones who suffer with some sort of behavioral disorder, which may have not gotten to the point of destroying their lives, but still causing some sort of pain, and didn't seek out treatment as they nor I were really educated on how to properly diagnose their non-substance use disorder. So now I feel like I have a better understanding of the effects, as well as assessments, interventions, and diagnosis, to assist in creating treatments for those suffering with behavioral addictions. I feel this course has provided me a lot of tools that I have immediately begun using in my work with Harmonia, as well as tools to keep in the tool belt for the future. I feel I'm more aware with my interpersonal workings and how that may trigger or affect a client, as well as how to properly begin assessing and always looking for signs or nonverbal cues or things that are being said that maybe not being really understood internally with the client. This substance abuse counseling class has challenged me to grow my communication style, both with my classmates and with current and future clients. I feel really passionate about this work, and I feel so very grateful for the opportunity to learn more and hopefully properly assess people suffering from addiction. I'm thankful for this positive online course experience, and to each and every one of you for contributing to that. I hope to see y'all in the field, so goodbye for now.